Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of the Ball Pod podcast, where we talk about everything football, the tackles, the tactics, everything in between. So, welcome. My name is Washira Calvin, and my friends.
My name is Emmanuel Obiri.
I am Dan Zuki.
And the first episode, we are in the World Cup season, despite it being played in November and all the politics about why and when and everything in between. So I think it's only fitting we start with the politics. Qatar, in their latest incident, have allegedly paid $7.4 million to seven players, to seven Ecuador players to lose their first game. Despite everything else, what do you guys think? Is this match fixing? What is wrong with Qatar? What do you think? Is it okay?
I mean, what do you expect? Those guys have oil money, yeah?
You want to say they are ruining football, but it's match fixing. We can call it, I think it's match, okay. It's obvious it's match fixing. So what should it be? Should they be cancelled? Should they be thrown away from the tournament? There are people who are calling for Ukraine to be joined in the tournament instead of Qatar. What do you think? What do you think?
I mean, Kevin, what do you expect? Football has so much revenue, and the guys who get the revenue up there are very corrupt. So to some extent, that's why you see Man City is being run by the oligarchs. Newcastle, in the new latest segment.
Dan, what do you have to say about this?
I thought you were talking about World Cup. Why are you dragging Man City into this? However, I think them being the host and we haven't seen them play good football. Maybe that's why they feel the need to bribe so that they can have to play more matches in the World Cup. But
yeah, okay. Personally, for me, I think they should be banned from the tournament. This is literally match fixing. When it happened to Juventus, they were all their points were taken away and they were thrown to the lower league. So if it's match fixing and it's confirmed, they should be thrown away from the tournament. Let the sport be given to somebody else. If not, let's play without Qatar. They don't have to be there even though they're the host. There is the whole politics of how they acquired the rights to host it. So it's a whole big issue. Now let's talk the real football. Let's leave the politics. Let's talk football. The biggest question. This is the last World Cup for Messi and Ronaldo. Who is going to take it? Who is supposed to take it? What do you think? Let's start with Dan.
Well, I think these are the players who have been in the football scene playing top football for almost 16 years now. And my opinion is, I think I'll be backing Ronaldo for this World Cup. I think to end the Messi-Ronaldo debate, Ronaldo needs to step up and give Portugal this trophy. That's my opinion, yeah.
Who deserves this more? Is it Messi or is it Ronaldo?
For me, it's Ronaldo.
Obiri?
I mean, Dan, you got to be serious. We have seen Ronaldo this season at Manchester United. That guy has been an absolute mess. So I think it will be it will be a tall order to ask Ronaldo to perform. Yeah, that guy, he lacks the physicality. He has physicality, but he lacks the athleticism. He does not press. So I mean, in the modern age of football, you'll get a counterpart like Brazil. Those guys, Vinicius, those guys are top-notch. They're athletic. They're prime. So, for me, I think it's Messi. Everyone has his opinion, but I think to some extent, people. I have a belief in balance in football. You cannot be a scoring machine, and you cannot provide, and you expect that. I mean, you need to have like a balance. Messi has top statistics. If we go and break it down in terms of assists, dribbles, scoring, like that guy is just top notch. So Argentina will just be on top of Portugal, except if Portugal decide to bench Ronaldo, then they'll go far.
There is this whole argument that people have been going on about Messi needs help. So the question is, between Ronaldo and Messi in this World Cup, who has the most help? Which is the better squad? For me personally, I prefer... I have been the biggest Ronaldo fan, but I just want Messi to take it. It's like the biggest negative in his resume. So let Messi take the World Cup. Let him go home with it. He has been to more finals in the World Cup than Ronaldo has been. He's arguably the better player. Arguably. They are both great players. Dan, calm down. They're arguably both players. But Messi, to me, is the better player, and I think he should just carry this one. And I think he will, actually. But let's wait and see. I think Messi has the better squad. Argentina has the better squad.
Okay, if I'm to reply to Emmanuel has said that Ronaldo has not been playing well this season. I mean, Messi is playing in a league where the teams are not very competitive. This is the Premier League, so you expect teams in the Premier League to present a greater challenge compared to teams in League One. So again, this is not the first time we're seeing Ronaldo's form take a dip. Most of the time, he usually comes back very strong. And I believe this World Cup is out there to prove people that, I might be not in a very good form, but I'm the guy to take Portugal to win this World Cup. For Messi, I feel that he's a good player. He deserves the World Cup, but I don't think... he had a good opportunity in 2014. He blew it. Why give him again another opportunity? So let Ronaldo carry this.
Okay, let's wait and see this. But Ronaldo and Messi are not the only legends of football that are retiring this World Cup. A few of other legends that are going to be retiring are we have Luka Modric. We hope he's going to retire because the guy is old, but he seems to be at his prime each and every year. So maybe he might go to the next World Cup, but unlikely. So Luka Modric, I think he won. He's the only he's the only player to win the UEFA Men's Player of the Year, the FIFA Best Men's Player of the Year, the Ballon d'Or, and the World Cup Golden Ball, which he did in 2018 when he led Croatia to the final of the World Cup. So I think credit to him. He has had a wonderful career. It will probably be his last. So guys, where do you think Croatia is going to finish this World Cup? We can start with Emmanuel.
Well, I think Croatia is a top-notch side. We can have this talk around Modric. I mean, he has been an absolutely good player. I just remember his world-class pass that denied Chelsea this last season when he did a very, I think it's called, what did it call that pass again?
It was outside of the foot, Rodrigo goal.
Yeah?
What is it?
No, that guy will, and I think the disadvantage with playing midfield is you need more stamina. I mean, in your legs. So we cannot supersede beyond some time. Let's say people like this guy Thiago Silva. Thiago is just a defender. He's athletic and he's top notch. I think he acts as if he's now like playing in his youth. I mean, because probably he's playing as a centre back and he doesn't have to do the running up the pitch and down the pitch. Yeah. But
so where do you think Croatia are going to finish this World Cup?
All right. So I was going there. I think Croatia would get to the quarterfinals, but I don't see them proceeding because, I mean, they had their chance the last World Cup, and I'm really sorry, man. France, yeah.
Dan, where do you think Croatia is going to finish?
Well, I think the last World Cup, Croatia got lucky. Looking at how they were proceeding, penalties, a very tight goals. So I'll say like Emmanuel, either round of 16 or maybe quarterfinals.
Okay. I think Croatia overdid themselves the last World Cup. I think Modric played his best football probably of his career. and I don't think they're not going to get anywhere where they got to the last World Cup. So I also think they're going to get to the quarters maximum, and then they're going to leave. The other player who has arguably been in football for as long as I can remember is Dani Alves. He has been called yet again to the World Cup. He is the man with the most trophies in football. The man with the most trophies in football. So, guys, where do you think Brazil? Where do you think Dani Alves is going to finish? Will he finally add that coveted cup that he has so far eluded him? Dan?
Yeah, I think Brazil is one of the teams people are looking to see if they can win this particular World Cup. My opinion is the farthest they can go is the semi-finals, simply because I think I want other teams to win this particular World Cup. But they can reach the semis. They have a solid squad. And I think the squad build around Dani Alves can enable him fancy a chance of winning the World Cup.
Dan, do you think Alves will play? How many games do you think Alves will be able to play?
I think I can't remember the fixtures in the group stage, but I think if they get to score early goals, maybe he can be coming in as a sub in the second half. Maybe play, I think at most 3 matches in this World Cup. That's my prediction.
So definitely not a starter for you.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to start. I think there are players who have better speed, they're more energetic, and they'll challenge him for that position.
Emmanuel, what do you think? Is Alves going to play, and how many games does he have in the bag, and will he finally win the World Cup?
Actually, the challenge with Brazil, they don't have a very solid backline, or let's say they're so solid going forward, attacking wise, but on their fullbacks, on the midfield area, you saw Casemiro the other day. He joined Manchester United when you saw Fernandinho retire. These are people who are, I think, on their last stroke of their football career. So chances are Dani Alves would have the chance to play, because but I do believe there are quite some youngsters who will be surprised, who will surprise us to pick up the spot in ahead of him. So I don't fancy that he would play, but chances are he would have some minutes. So yeah.
Okay. I believe Alves, no matter how old he is, he still looks as if he's 26. So I think he still has some games in him. He will not play all the games, but I think he will play all the important games, because I think they need that the leadership at the back. Him and Thiago Silva at the back will help the others. Will help the Marquinhos and the other people in that back end. I think Brazil will go far. I think Brazil will get to the final. I think they will lose it to Argentina, but I believe they will get to the final. They have a good enough squad. Obiri was saying their midfield, but you think of Casemiro, think of what Bruno is doing at Newcastle. We have Lucas Paqueta. They have so many people at midfield. I think even though their attacking line is the highlights, the rest are going to do good. The other person I think we can also talk about, we have 2 goalkeepers who are retiring. We have Ochoa, you can remember his heroics in the 2018 World Cup, and you have Emmanuel Neuer. I think he changed the game of football. He because of him, we now have the super keeper as a tactic in football. So, guys, what do you think? What do you think about Ochoa's career in the World Cup? Will he do another heroic in this World Cup? And will Emmanuel Neuer retire with another World Cup, or is it the last one? And where are Germany going to finish? You can start with Emmanuel.
You mean Ochoa, the Mexican, right?
Exactly.
Because I heard you say Germany. All right. So, Ochoa is a very nice keeper. The first time I remember watching him, and I thought that to some extent, Mexico have a talent here. I just don't know why most, let's say the big teams have not picked him. I don't know his release clause per se, but well, this is one of a keeper that will be missed, to be honest. And Well, I fancy that chances are he would still, being a keeper, you don't really retire per se. People might think you might retire, but chances are you get some chance to play. Uh, I bet you meant Mexico, where they'll be. I think um, Mexico would get to round of 16.
I agree. Mexico will get to the round of 16. Ochoa's had a very good career, especially in the World Cup stage. Also, Manuel Neuer, Germany as a team, I don't think they have the capacity to win the World Cup, but that doesn't prevent him from having a good performance in the World Cup as well. But talking about goalkeepers, you guys, there's this, I think, Netherlands goalkeeper who's got his first call-up in the World Cup at the age of 37. Can't recall the name. Maybe, Kevin, you can help us remember the name. So that guy. So I mean, age is not a factor really when it comes to goalkeepers. It's all about the talent, their performance. Look at Buffon. I'm sure if Italy maybe were in the World Cup, probably we will still be seeing Buffon playing. So yeah, let's see how it goes for them this time round.
I think Ochoa. Okay, for goalkeepers, I think it goes with you can be a very good goalkeeper for one tournament and then the other one you disappear. I think it's all about momentum. In 2018, he did what he did. He's a superb shot stopper, but I don't think they're going to go far. They have Argentina, Poland, and Saudi Arabia in their group. So I don't even think they're going to leave the group. I pick Argentina and Poland to go ahead of them, but you never know. This is football. Germany, this is Hansi Flick ball, man. Hansi Flick, I expect Germany to get minimum semi-finals. Hansi Flick should not disappoint. He won 6 trophies in a year and then retired, went to international football. He should bring the World Cup to Germany. But I don't think they have enough of a squad. I think their squad is still young. They brought the young man from Borussia, the Yusuf Moukoko, and Musiala is a young man, but he's playing like somebody who is good. So I think they'll go far, but I don't think they have what it takes to win.
Yeah, I have something to add. I think I missed that part of Germany. Yeah. For me, I think Germany would go all the way. Yeah, to be honest, because the way I see Germany play in the talent of Musiala. To be honest, I was watching that guy some time back, and the way he picks spaces in the pockets, and the way he's the guy who like picks the ball. He connects the defense from the attack. He has a very good he has a very good scan for the pitch, and that I think he'll be very instrumental. To be honest, I just think maybe the experience will lack in, but Germany will be a force to reckon with.
And as we are talking, let's go a little bit back home. Africa has teams in the World Cup. So, guys, where do you think we have Cameroon, we have Ghana, we have Morocco, we have Tunisia in the World Cup, and Senegal, who won the AFCON, even though they're missing money. So, guys, where do you think they're going to finish this World Cup? Manuel?
Our African buddies, we don't have much to say, to be honest. Yeah, because the problem with Africa, to be honest, has been the lack of facilities. We depend on the players who've been to the West, and they have accessed this sort of facilities, the likes of Mane, Salah, and these fancy players who've gone there and they've developed. And I think the challenge with African countries is they haven't invested enough to say that there'll be this particular football side. Yeah, but you said come up again with the list again.
Okay, so we have Cameroon, we have Morocco, Senegal, Tunisia, and Ghana. So where do you think each of them is going to finish and who is going to go the farthest of all the African teams? Cameroon, Morocco, Senegal, Tunisia, and Ghana.
All right. So my favorite, the teams that I fancy to proceed past the group stages, yeah, are the Morocco would be. I watched them and I think they have quite some football in them, and Cameroon also have the athleticism. Cameroon has always been, let's say, the team, the African team, with recently Senegal as well. But with the absence of Mane, Senegal might have it rough. Yeah, to be honest, because it's like their best player would not be playing. So I mean, you wouldn't expect them to proceed so far. Chances are, I would say, I would fancy that Cameroon would get to the quarters, Morocco would get to round of 16, Ghana would probably not get to round of 16. Cameroon, Morocco, Senegal would not get to round of 16, and what is the final one?
Tunisia.
Tunisia is a very good team. Tunisia would actually could get to the quarterfinals.
Interesting choice. Dan, what are your thoughts?
I think just to add on what Emmanuel has said, I think Africa teams will lack facilities, and also we've seen better teams in the past which were unable to go all the way to the semis. I think the best team we've seen so far was Ghana in 2012, where they luckily got to to semis, but again, Suarez happened, and we lost our chance to proceed to the semis. So I think only Senegal has the chance to maybe reach round of 16 and into the quarters. The rest, I'm not seeing them going past round of 16.
Senegal, not Senegal, Ghana are going to play Uruguay in the World Cup. Is it a deja vu moment? Is it a revenge moment? Will Ghana finally have their revenge and probably prevent Uruguay from qualifying to the next group, to the next stage of the World Cup? What do you think, guys? Quickly.
Well, I don't think so. Well, there is less of revenge than there is of luck. To some extent, I would say they were even lucky that to some extent they got that far, the last World Cup. So I would not really fancy them, because again I would say we would really wish that they would. I mean, if we were to do wishful thinking, we would say that, well, Ghana would. We hope that they get their revenge, but well, I don't see that happening. Chances are they're going to be an absolute howler.
Done. Well, I think that will be a fixture every African will be waiting to watch. We'll just say we'll support Ghana. We won't look at the squad. We won't assume that there are greater players playing for Uruguay. But again, I think what I can do just wish them best of luck.
I think Ghana have a very underrated squad, actually. They have Tariq Lamptey from Brighton. They have Amate from Leicester. They have Salisu from Southampton. They have Thomas Partey, the engine for Arsenal. They have the Williams brothers from the Athletic Bilbao. I think they have a very underrated squad. They have Jordan Ayew. They have the Ayew brothers, all of them. I think they have a very underrated squad. Although I still do not put them to make it out of the group stages, because they are in a very tough group. I don't think they're going to make it past the group, but I think they're at least going to get a win. I think the team that is going to go farthest, I think I'll go with Morocco. I feel Morocco has more of a team that plays a way that can rival the European and the South American teams more than any other African team. I think they have the perfect blend of technical ability and physicality, and I think their coach is good. So I actually picked them to get to leave the group stages, but I don't think they're going to go past. I give them the quarters as their ceiling. If they go past the quarters, that is, they will have surprised me. So yeah, I go with Morocco to go the farthest. So guys, we have talked about African teams. So guys, which teams are you going? Are you expecting to win? Which teams are you supporting for the World Cup? And why? Let's go with that.
So I think this will be the second World Cup supporting the team I also supported in the previous World Cup, that is England. I think it's about time for it to come home finally. So the last time we were unlucky, we got off the semi-finals. We also lost to Belgium in the third place playoffs. But I think England can fancy a chance to win this World Cup. As a fan, that's what I expect of them. But considering now other teams like Argentina, Portugal, I feel that both teams, Argentina and Portugal, will also battle for the trophy. So I think my final 4 teams will be Argentina, Portugal, England, and maybe Belgium.
Manuel.
All right, for me, I would say, first of all, I would wish that France would not pick the World Cup again. I mean, France has a very, very athletic and very attacking in the likes of Mbappe and the likes. And to be honest, I don't really think they might win. And the reason I say this is because one, Kante would not be there. So, with Kante, they would have stood a very, very good chance. So I would say it narrows down for me to Brazil, or I hope England don't win, because I mean England, they are always almost there, but to some extent, if they win, then they will rule this world of football, which is not my ideal sort of way. I think I would fancy either Germany. I don't think Spain will win because of their selection of the squad. So it's Germany or Brazil or just the two. I think probably the two. Or if Argentina plays well, then they're likely to. But I would first go with. But the one that I would wish to win would be Germany, because I mean I'm a big fan of the German machine.
For me, I think my prediction, I am going with Argentina. I think they are going to go to war for Messi. I think the Lisandro Martinez, they have a very good squad, and I think they have a brilliant manager. But above all, I think they have the biggest heart to go far in that World Cup. I think they are going to be more focused than any other team. I think all the teams have distractions. For Portugal, I think the whole Ronaldo interview is going to be a distraction to the whole team and to him himself. I also don't think their manager is good enough. They just go through because of player brilliance. And I think because of the distractions, they're not going to go far. Brazil will go far. I think actually we'll have an Argentina and Brazil final. And I think Argentina will win it. I think they have the heart, they have the team, they have the balance to go through. For France, let's whisper it, but I think Benzema joining the squad actually made them worse than they were. I think they play better with Giroud as the focal point rather than having both Benzema and Mbappe. So they might, because they have a brilliant squad, they might get to the quarters, but I don't even think. I think they will break the winner's curse, where the winner does not usually go past the group stages. But yeah, I don't think they're going to go past the quarters. I think they have too many distractions, the Mbappe, and then the team is not cohesive enough. So for England, they go home, but not with the cup. I think my prediction for the final is Argentina and Brazil. Argentina to take it. So whom do you think is going to take? I think I've all said the 4 teams or 2 teams. So Obiru, you've said Germany is going to take it. I don't know. Dan, you want England, but who do you think is going to take it?
Well, I think Argentina might take it simply because of the squad they are having. I think they have young talents. Look at Julian Alvarez. So they might, but my heart is not there. I wish they won't. Yeah.
Okay, guys, so that is how we round off the first episode of the Ballpod podcast. Join us next week, same time, same place, where we're going to discuss what happened during the week. Who seems to be playing the better football? Who seems to want to advance more? Share your thoughts. Tell us in the comments. What do you think? Join us in the conversation. So, guys, see you next week, and I hope we have a very good World Cup, free of politics and full of football. So, bye-bye, guys.